In other words, this epitaph was set up to choose the grandfather's successor after all. Most likely, or he might have wanted to believe in the chance of a miracle. A difficult riddle, made so that no one would be able to solve it. If someone actually could solve it, they themselves would be a miracle. Perhaps that miracle would guide the person Kinzo most wanted to solve it. In short, this epitaph really does depict a ceremony to revive the witch Beatrice, just as everyone thought. That does seem to be the obvious interpretation. A mysterious ceremony sacrificing 13 people to revive the witch. However, the true ceremony wasn't that. It lies in wait for someone to miraculously solve it. That is the true ceremony. However, fate does have its irony. Genji already knew. Maybe Kinzo set this up in the first place because he guessed that Kenji knew everything. Was that fate a coincidence or something planned? I do not know. However, with this epitaph, the witch Beatrice will revive in the truest sense. Chapter 8. Journey to the Golden Land. This is Beatrice? My soul was captured by the woman shown in that massive portrait. That might have been literally true, or rather than captured, perhaps it would be better to say that my soul had returned to a more fitting place, the place it belonged. The beautiful blonde hair was the same as mine, but tied up. The dress she wore was a deep black, making that golden hair stand out all the more. This is the witch, Beatrice, my true form. What is this? There was a plate with too many words for it to be the title of the picture. Behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the Golden Land follow its path downstream in search of the key. The Golden Land. I see, so my world is the Golden Land. I have always called my own personal world a paradise, but tonight I shall change that. From now on, my world shall be the Golden Land. I am the master of the Golden Land, Beatrice. And then there is the brutal ceremony of sacrifices. Starting on the first twilight. On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. If I carry out the ceremony, will I revive in the truest sense? Then on the 10th twilight, at journey's end, you shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasure, once and for the last time. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all the gold from the Golden Land. Kinzo received a massive amount of gold from Beatrice, and rumor has it that it still lies hidden somewhere. Is this, as the family members and servants are all whispering, a code showing the location of Kinzo's hidden gold? If a human solves it, they will attain a great quantity of gold. However, if I do, it will mean my own resurrection. Kinzo, you aging magician. Just when I was mocking the shortness of time left to you, you start a game like this. How interesting. I'll definitely solve it. Then I will revive as the real Beatrice. When that happens, I will use my great magical power to rule over object and man, day and night, and all of Rockenjima. Everyone says the epitaph is a guide to finding hidden treasure. The rumors tell the master has 10 tons of gold hidden away. Yes, and Beatrice supposedly gave it to him. I've heard that one too. 10 tons of gold, that would be incredible. I can hardly even imagine it. If you had all that, what would you use it for? I'd like to touch it just once. Oh, forget touching it. I'd like to spend it all. But why would he go out of his way to display this epitaph, this code showing the hiding place of the gold? That's obvious. He's laughing at everyone since he thinks no one can solve it. It's a challenge to the rest of us, isn't it? He wants to know if there's anyone here wise enough to solve it. It seems that the master doesn't intend to let Kraus-sama take the headship easily. Perhaps the one who solves this will become his successor. Genji-san? What is this? Could this be a portrait of Beatrice? The Beatrice? Correct. This is Beatrice-sama. What on earth? There's a strange little poem-like thing over there. What's this all about? It's almost like a pirate code that shows the way to hidden treasure. Genji-san, what does this mean? The master said to read and interpret it as you wish, that the riddle applies equally to all who can see the epitaph. You said the riddle just now, didn't you? That means this can be solved. Yes, that's it. Father doesn't want Nii-san to succeed him, so whoever solves this will become the successor. Laughter noises. Finally, the tables have finally turned, and I now have a real chance to become the head. What do you think, Kairi? I think it's extremely likely that this epitaph points to the location of the hidden gold. It looks like Umineko thinks the one who solves it will be chosen as successor. That's another theory that might fit. Father certainly doesn't view Kraus-Nii-san as an ideal successor. This might be a huge trick he's set up now that he's reaching the end of his years. So if you really solve this riddle, you stand to gain 10 tons of gold and the position as successor. On the surface, perhaps. However, I'm sensing some malice as though he doesn't think anyone capable of solving it. I doubt he made it to be solved easily. True. Guess we won't have trouble looking for something to do over a drink for a while now. Ridiculous. How could anyone solve this? Rosa tossed aside the notepad with the epitaph written on it and flopped over onto the sofa. Solving this means 10 tons of gold. With that much, I'd never need to worry about schemes for cash again. If I had money, I could pay off my debts, and that man might come back to me. I know where Father's beloved hometown is. And the Sweetfish River? There are many rivers there. What's the village supposed to be? I don't have a clue. Ooh, what's wrong, Mama? Maria looked concerned. Jet. Kids are really good at riddles, so maybe. Hey, Maria. Do you want to go on a Jet 2 holiday? Do you think you know the answer to this riddle? Maria gazed at the paper with the epitaph on it as though she was trying to bore through it with her eyes. Her eyes opened wider and wider. What do you think, Maria? I guess it might be a bit too hard for you. This is a witch's ceremony, a resurrection ceremony for Beato. Where'd you get this? Hey, Mama, where'd you get this? I'm going to ask Beato. I'm sure this ceremony will let Beato regain her full power. She'll be able to appear in front of everyone and do miracles of magic without having to worry about the anti-magic toxin anymore. Jet 2 holiday noises. And the epitaph? It seems the family members are all competing to solve the riddle. Humph. Good. Let everyone try, and none will solve it, except for the one blessed by a miracle. If I let my guard down, even I might forget the process. That is how difficult it is. Because it is difficult, solving it will bring about a miracle. Precisely. This miracle shall be the last one I desire in my life. My final bit of magic. When a miracle comes and allows one to solve that complicated epitaph, it will surely mean Beatrice's resurrection. Ooh, Beatrice, I just want to see your face one more time. I don't need wealth or honor anymore if I could only meet you one more time. This would be the last bit of magic that Kinzo, who realized he was facing his last years, would ever use. He was betting everything on that Beatrice had given him, hoping to meet her just one more time after being separated by death through 2 generations. His meeting with Beatrice that day had been the true beginning of his life. And even with them gone, Kenzo had remained there alone on the stage that had gone dark. The aged monarch had obtained everything and accomplished everything but this was the one element that had always slipped through his fingers no matter how much he struggled. If he could just have that element, he would need nothing else in life. In the end, perhaps his whole life was just a journey to learn that one single element makes up all that it means to be human. My friend.